Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the freaking internet. 'Tis I, Felwagnet, as always, coming to you live from another live stream, of course. I really wish I knew what day we were actually on. I could probably figure it out, but I really wish I just knew which day I was actually on, because I don't know. And that is a crying shame. Anyway, we're here today, and we're going to have another freaking run at the river, because this river is kicking my ass. Very rarely do I get stumped like this, and when I do, it calls for one thing and one thing in specific. Before we do all the wild and vibrant colors and shit, let's get the damn shape right, alright? I don't know why I didn't do this to begin with, but let's get the freaking shape right, right? Let's do this. So, we need to get the shape right. That is number one on the priority list here. And I'm kind of thinking we connect here to there, and then we make something from that. So we're going to make it out of dirt. So if I mess up, it is actually very, very easy to fix. So we'll see if that actually yields us good results, or if that does not help at all. I don't know. Let's find out together, and hopefully this will actually work in our favor, because this has been the bane of my existence as of lately. And like, I can already tell we need to readjust this shape just a little and do like a couple more there, probably, right? And then we want to take this and go up through here. So let's get the shape right first, and then if we get the shape right, then we can add the color. If we don't get the shape right, we're going to try it again, because kicking my frickin' ass. And I don't love that, but why is it so small? There we go. I was like, why is it like 3 inches frickin' tall? Bro does not want me to earn points? No, of course I want you to earn points. Of course I do. You still have the tab open, obviously, so you're gonna gain the points, right? You're gonna gain the points. You're gonna gain. Okay, so like already we're running into an issue of, hey, this is too close. Let's try it again. So where is it too close? It's too close right here. I don't know how long ago. Oh, ripperino. Yeah, I know. I've been bad the last 2 days. I've been streaming way later. Waiting for a notification. I know. It's been a long day. But we're here now, and we're here for river attempt number frickin', I don't know, 3 or 4. Something like that, and then bring this in a little bit closer. Welcome. It's late for you, too. It's with the wee hours of the morning. We may need to move this back a little, is what I'm seeing here right off the get-go. Yeah, let's move this back. No, it's not. We're doing very little digging. Very, very little. This is the only thing we're digging out here, and that's because we're trying to get the shape of this river correct. And it's been giving me a lot of issues. So this we just need to do just to get the river shape correct. It's a little too shallow here. Why does my mouse feel like that? Weird. All right. Anyway, yeah, it's very, very little digging. Why does the river not have real water? It cannot have real water because of the squid farm. So with the squid farm, it is 120 blocks, 128 blocks in all directions. So squid farm is just over there. We want it to basically be spawning squids whenever I am in the area. So because of that reason, we have to make a fake river. And while we make the fake river, we cannot have any water in it, or it reduces the amount of squids that can actually spawn in my squid farm. And we need a lot of squid. We need a lot of ink. And you may ask yourself, why? Why do you need so much ink? Now I wonder, they can't all be using it for... well, we're going to use glass, but we're going to do more. So I decided a couple days ago that I was not going to do the glass fog effect. We're still going to have glass. We're not going to do the glass fog effect, though, because I think the shape here is more important. So what that means is we're going to take great consideration into how we're digging out the shape here, and then how we're going to build the river that runs through it as well. Once we get the shape, we're going to come back and replace those dirt blocks with colorful blocks. And I want it from like a distance. So like it'll get kind of darker as it goes down. It'll be like a gradient of sorts as it goes down. And as it gets to the bottom, obviously, the more dark it gets. And I want that to be seen kind of from up there. So like while I'm walking on the bridge, while I'm looking over the ridge line of the city, I want to be able to glance in the river and see that the depths are kind of murky. And that the rest of it is, you know, gradually getting darker is what we're going for here. So I had changed my mind many times on this, and I think this is actually where we're going to go from it. I think this is where we've landed. So we're still going to do a couple layers of glass because I think that is still needed. But we're going to have to play a lot different with how we do them. Because in our testing in the creative world, we figured out something very, very crucial. And that's we can't stack different colors and create different color fog effects. And so we're going to have to change the 2 layers of glass, basically, to emulate that. And it's going to be weird. And it's going to take me a long time to get it right, for sure. Because I've never done anything like this. But I do think that it is worth the effort in doing this and not just folding in and doing a fog effect for the whole thing. Granted, yes, we absolutely could do a fog effect for the whole thing, and it would still look pretty good. But I think we can do better. And coming from myself, I believe that I can do better. More creative than just a fog effect. And I think that's kind of why I've landed where I've landed here. Because I can do better. You know? You know what I'm saying? I can do better. So we just need to get the shape right. First and foremost. So this bottom layer is going to be crucial in that. If we get it right, we can do this very easily. If we get it wrong, like there's 3 blocks of space in here. There's a lot more space over here. How wide is this? I guess that's the first question we should find out. We're at 58 blocks. So it is 20 blocks wide at the shallowest part. Okay, we can work with that. I mean, I would say builders need a lot of squid dye, though. Like, genuinely, if you want to make a lot of pretty blocks, you need ink. Okay, let's see if we can't fix this just a little bit more here. So bear with me as we try to get the shape right here. Also, someday, I really hope that I say bear with me and you guys start, like, growling or, you know, like, rah, you know, bear things. Just saying. Someday, I would like that. Okay, so how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we need to move this one back. Not today, though. That's fair. That's fair. So let's move this one more back. Okay, like that maybe. I'm trying to center this is what I'm trying to do here. In case you're wondering, like, what am I doing? I'm trying to center it. Trying desperately to center it with little... All right, we got to fly up. Hold on. That seems pretty decent. I do think we should construct a pillar real quick. I do think we should construct a pillar because I need to be able to see this at a moment's notice. And it's gonna get difficult. I can tell you right now, this is going to be one of the hardest things that we will ever probably build. And it's gonna take a minute to get it right. And it's so important that we get it right that we're gonna spend some extra time trying to get it right. This first level is like the pinnacle of everything. So if we don't get this shape right, all the rest of the shapes will be wrong. So it is absolutely imperative, critical, that we get this shape right the first time, and then the rest should be relatively easy from that. Granted, this is the small part of the river, and we're going to have to do that over there, and it's going to be a fucking nightmare. But I believe that we can do this. We can do this. Let's just do a little 3x3 here. All right. So right now, the shape looks pretty even on both sides. This will be a little wonky, and I think that's okay. Like, if we wanted to, we could fill that part in, but I think it's fine to leave it like that. I think it's fine. Let's go ahead and try it. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this initial shape. Let's move on to shape number 2 here. And hope that this is not going to haunt me. Because it might. It very well could. We're going to try it, though. We've learned our lesson from yesterday, where I was trying to do this with the concrete blocks that are not instant mineable, by the way. And I've learned my freaking lesson, and we're going to do the whole thing in dirt first, get the shape right, and then we'll go back and do the blocks. Because doing it any other way is honestly stupid, and I should have realized that sooner. A lot freaking sooner. but we've realized it now at least, and we're gonna absolutely make sure that we do that. All right, so we obviously need to go up to Y63. We're starting at 49. 63 minus 49. 14. So we have to go up, not quite 14 blocks. We have to go up like 11 blocks, I think. So we can do that. We should be able to do that pretty effectively. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. So I do think we need to start out with a little bit of a gradual slope here. And we will make our way up. If we needed to, we also can set this as a little bit of a farm for us as well. I don't know that I want that necessarily, but if we did, we could. We could. Don't think we want that, though. All right. So right away, I feel already a lot better about this so far. And then the next question is, do we want this to be relatively symmetrical, or do we actually want this to be relatively unsymmetrical? And I'm leaning towards unsymmetrical because of some of the shape that we have here, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's get in here. We're gotta put in the work. Put in the effort, put in the work, or else we're not going to be able to reap the rewards of it. And, you know, this may be something that I grind on for a long time. I don't know. But I'm hoping that with a little bit of patience and a little bit of luck, maybe we can do this. That's the hope. That's the dream. Let's see if it happens. We stay hungry. We devour. Yes. Put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours. What song is that? That Face Off is what song that is. Fucking Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's a great song. And Tech 9. Great song. The next line is even better. He says, "Black and Samoan in my veins, my culture banging with strange." That's a great line. So what's my motherfucking name? Rock. Great fucking line. All right, let's fly. We fly high. No lie. Bowling. God, that shit's crazy. Is it Moa or Zoa? Is what Moa or Zoa? That feels close. Samoan. Black and Samoan. Like the country. Samoa is the country, and people from there are Samoans. Yeah. Geography, yeah. He's saying where he's from and like why you should care about his opinion, basically. And he's saying because he's black and he's Samoan, his culture's banging with strange. Strange is weed. So, like, in his veins, basically, he is, like, born for weed, is really what he's trying to say. He looks pretty American. He is black and Samoan, yeah. I'm actually a big Rock fan. I like The Rock. General knowledge. The more you know. Indeed. Rock is fun to watch, yeah. Rock's a good dude. Cool, chill dude. Got a lot of movies. Respect the hustle. He chilling, man. He chilling. Unironically, The Rock is one of, like, I don't know, like 8 total celebrities that if they came up to me, I would actually know who he is. Like, literally, like, one of 8, though. Which is kind of nutty. Like, one of 8. It's kind of bizarre. Like, there is a lot of celebrities that could walk right up to me, say, hi, how you doing? And I'd look at them and I'd be like, I have no idea who the fuck you are. I'm so sorry. You know, followed by, like, another blow to their ego. Are you someone important? Because I don't know. I don't know, man. And like of those, a lot of those actors that I could name are really, really old now. By the way, like really, really old. So like Sylvester Stallone, I'd recognize most likely. Jason Statham, I'd recognize most likely. Jackie Chan is like 90, but I'd recognize him probably. Tom Cruise, I think I would. If you don't recognize Tom Cruise, there's something wrong. I think anyone in the world would recognize Tom Cruise. So I'd recognize Tom Cruise. That's probably pretty close to being it, to be honest with you. There's so many that could walk up to me and I genuinely would never, ever know who they are. And if they're like a singer, forget it. Even the artists that I listen to, I don't have any idea what half of them look like. So there's that too. What if we went back up? Let's try it. Just like a couple here and there to go back up. Some weird, funky structure, you know? Kind of like that. It just is like a little bit of nuance. Yeah. It's kind of weird, but I also think it's kind of important. Because otherwise it is so just swoosh. We don't want it to be swoosh. We want it to be kind of chaotic. Genuinely, though, I think we've reached the end of all of the actors that I may or may not know. There might be like one or two more that I actually know in there, but I think I would greatly struggle to recognize a lot of them. Greatly struggle. And unless they like walked up and introduced me, hi, I am, whatever. And I was in this movie, I'd be like, oh, cool, good for you. Good, glad you did that. Good job. I don't know. What do you want from me? You want me to acknowledge that you're a star? I don't give a fuck that you're a star. You can be a star, but the real question is, do you return your fucking shopping cart at the grocery store? That is the real critical question here. Because if you don't, genuinely, and I say this with all due respect, no due respect, if you do not return your shopping cart, at least to the fucking shopping cart corral, you are a garbage human. I don't care what the fuck you do. If you do not return that shopping cart to at least the corral, you are garbage. And I don't give a fuck what your opinion is. Like, genuinely. Return it there, or I automatically assume you are a bad person. You don't return... You're a bad person? Why don't you return your shopping cart? Do you have shopping carts? Does it exist? You don't take a shopping cart or something? Do tell. Why don't? We don't have return stations. So what do you do with your shopping cart? Explain. Explain. You go to a supermarket, you go and grab a shopping cart. What do you do with it? Where do you bring it? Because I don't understand. Don't have return station. What does that mean? I don't understand. We need that one. We don't need that one. Okay, so in America, there is also a designated crew at every store to go pick up shopping carts, okay? However, in America, at every single shopping center, whether it's a mall, a grocery store, a convenience store, whatever it is, they all have shopping carts and they all have a fucking corral. Maybe actually not a gas station because that's too small, but all the rest, they have a corral. And people, it's their job to go get the shopping cart out of the corral. That is their job. However, if you do not return it, so you get kind of points here. It's like a scale. If you return it inside, I automatically assume you are a great human being. A corral. It's like it takes up a parking spot, and it's like a little railed off section that says put carts here. And it has like two metal bars on either side and then like a little stopper thing on the front so that if you put the carts in there, they can't roll back out of there. So all of the cart people, all the people that go and get carts, they have to go all of these and through the entire parking lot if you are a awful human being. And ooh, we should have lit that up. That's fine. And they have to go through the parking lot regardless of what time of year it is, or if it's raining, or if it's thundering out, or actually, if it's thundering, most of them are required to be back inside. But they have to go get all of these carts. And so if you like leave it anywhere besides these cart corrals and or bring it up into the fucking building, I just assume Americans are garbage in that response. I will continue this rant in a minute 30 when we get back from our first ad break. Be right back. Roger. Roger, Roger. What's your Victor Vector? My bed. What about your bed? Oh, good. Roger, Roger. What's your Victor Vector? What's your clearance, Clarence? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Hi, bear. Hi, little baby. Yeah, I'm gonna cut your nails today because they're sharp as fuck, huh? Yeah, they are. They're sharp as fuck. You're not gonna like it. You're gonna kick and scream at me, but I'm gonna cut your nails today. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I know. Prepare your body for it. Because I am going to do it. I am going to cut your nails today. Yeah. I know you know those words because you already have the concerned look in your eyes like, oh my god, not this time of month again. I fucking hate it. Don't do it. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. You hate getting them cut, huh? You hate it so fucking much? Yeah, you do. Hate it, huh? I know. All right. We are back. You didn't miss anything because I stopped placing blocks. But back to my rant, okay? I'm very passionate about this. You'll see. Very, very passionate about this. And truthfully, there's like different levels of point values that you can obtain, all right? Number 1, you will get 0 points for this. You left it right next to your car. Dickhead. Just dickhead. You get 0 points towards being a good person. 0. Absolutely 0. You get 0. You get nothing and you will like it. Number 2. Option number 2. You have taken your cart and you have put it in the cart corral. You are rewarded 3 to 5 points, depending on like how far away it is from your car. And if you bring it all the way inside, which I will admit I do not always bring it inside fully, I would say that gets you 7 points. Okay? But this is one of those many things that you kind of need to do to be like a decent human. And if you don't, shit list. 100% shit list. 62. Ooh, we want to go one lower, I think. Shit list. The next thing is how you treat your servers. How you treat your servers, okay? So if you go to a restaurant and you just leave all your straw wrappers and your napkins and your fucking forks and your utensils and whatever else all over the fucking table, 0 fucking points. 0. If you try and like clean up a little bit, you know, you're like, okay, I'm going to put these forks and this knife onto this plate, you get 2 points. If you neatly stack all of your plates together, all the forks on top of that and all the garbage on the separate thing, you get 5 points. And if you also take your napkin or whatever you have and wipe the table in addition to doing those things, you get 7 points towards being a not shit human. I am so fucking like this is like 100%. Like these 2 things will ultimately tell me if I like you as a person, genuinely. And I know that sounds dramatic. This sounds super dramatic, but like I would never, ever, ever hang out with someone that didn't do these things. Like, no. This is like a non-negotiable. You need to do the bare minimum, is what I'm going to say, okay? You got to do the bare fucking minimum. And there's like so many human decency tests, I feel like, that so many people nowadays just can't freaking pass, and it blows my damn mind. Like, do not make things harder for people. Do not, like, just start throwing shit on the ground and, you know, all of that stuff. Don't do that. What are you doing? Like, why would you do that? I don't get it. Also, we need to light this up, because it's going to be a fucking mob trap. Alright, that has been my TED Talk for today, though. No one does that here. That, I don't know. In America, you do these things or you don't. And, like, it is a huge, like, culture thing, for sure. So, it's weird for you, because I feel like in every other country in the world, tipping is not like part of the experience, right? Like when you go to a restaurant, you don't wipe your table. That blows my mind. Blows my fucking mind. Like, usually the only people that are doing that part, like the sevens, are people who have been servers at some point. Have been a server in a restaurant. Those are the people that are going to wipe the table. Those are the people. The same person. No. So, like, if you've ever worked in the food industry here in America, we kind of have this like unspoken bond, okay? And we know like how shitty the job can sometimes be. And so it is imperative that we do go out of our way to show a little kind of decency. We do have a cleaning crew, but like you want to make, so all of these people in a restaurant here work for tips, okay? They get an hourly rate of like $4 an hour, and the rest of their money comes completely from tips. So you don't want to make their life or their workday any more difficult. There's still a busboy, there's still a server who can also do the dishes and, clean and stuff like that. But it's a principle of like human decency. We don't do it because we have to, Like, again, this is if you are a good human kind of thing. At least in America, it's like 100%. If you are a good human, you will do these things. Yeah, tipping culture is very weird, for sure. It is very, very weird. Servers have to rely on the generosity of random strangers rather than the people they work for. We don't start throwing stuff. Those are special people, right? Like, if you're doing that, you're really, really a shitty person. So that doesn't happen often, I would say. And usually if it does, it's like a child that is doing this. And if it is a child, usually the good parents will clean up after their children and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Can you get me a rag? At least you're going to try to make the effort and be like, okay, let me help you clean this up. You'll try. You got to at least like offer the help. Even if they turn you down and be like, oh, no, it's no worries. I'll help you. But you got to at least offer it. I don't know. It's very weird because I presume in whatever country you reside in, obviously tip culture is not a thing. And your employees, the employees that work at these restaurants, are paid well, or at least a livable wage. I would love to assume that. I don't know that for sure, but I would love to assume that. Yeah, that's really good. I like that. I like that. That's a little blocky up there. Like, I can't guarantee that, obviously, but I would love to assume that that is a thing. They get paid a livable wage. Shopping cart thing. The crew would never let you carry your own shopping cart anywhere, and the shopping cart restricts you from taking a shopping cart from outside to inside. What? How do you get your groceries into your car? You're in a building, you're shopping for groceries. Then you exit the building with the shopping cart of the groceries you just bought, put them in your car. Is that not a thing? Is that not a thing? That's mind-blowing. You said the supermarket restricts you from taking a shopping cart from outside to from outside to inside. I thought that was said to inside to outside. So you're allowed to bring the cart out with you. You're not allowed to bring the cart back in because it's someone's job. Am I on the same page? Interesting. That's very weird. I think Aldi's has it right the most here, because Aldi's has, you put a quarter into the thing, then it releases the cart to you, and then when you put it back in the corral where all the other carts are, you get your quarter back, and that's how they allow you to do that. They're a German market, German grocery store. Okay, let's remember to light this up real quick. Also, the crew would never let you carry your own shopping cart anywhere. Can you explain what you mean by that? They won't let you carry your grocery cart. You're not picking it up. You're wheeling it to where you need to go. Right? Like, it's on wheels. Right? Your shopping cart is on wheels? I hope so. If not, I'm very confused again. Very confused. Huh. Weird cultural thing, for sure. Let me go up here. Alright, we are now getting somewhere, by the way. That looks much fucking better than our first attempt. Once you're done with your cart, and if you start wheeling it anywhere, someone from the crew will come and stop you and ask you to leave it. Some even just take it away from you. Okay, is your crew just constantly outside with the carts for them to get them to you? Because, like, in America, we have these cart pusher things. Most stores do, anyway. And you have this electric cart thing, okay? And they, like, go out to the parking lot, and there's only one of these cart people usually per store. They go outside, they go up and down the aisles, and they add carts to this electric cart thingy. And then using a remote control, it controls where you go. And then they bring that inside the store. And then, like, they usually do that, like, once every, like, 2 hours or something. And then they go back inside and do something else. Like, very rarely are they just outside. Very rarely are they just outside. The airports. I think you're thinking this is a bigger machine than it is. So it's got like 2 wheels and a little tiny motor in it. It is not like a big thing that you get into. It's like something that you can control with a remote control. And the cart's just attached to it. Person can sit in. No, you absolutely cannot sit in this one. Cannot sit into it. You walk alongside it and push it. America living in the future. Usually we're the ones behind, so it'd be very interesting. Something like this. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I'm very glad we decided to do this out of dirt, by the way, because this shape I could not have made if we didn't do it like this. I'm really glad we went back and kind of changed that a bit. Like little tendrils, I think. I don't know if we're living in the future or what, but... Okay, so this needs to be a little more. And then we want to do our little tendril things again, I think. But, like, subtle. I want this to look a little weird. I mean, it's so that, because if they're out there all day, getting carts every, you know, at least every hour or whatever, they don't have to work as hard. Once you connect it to the carts, you can move up to, like, I don't know, 30 shopping carts at the same time or something. Something like that. And, like, most supermarkets here have a ungodly amount of carts, by the way. Like, if it runs out, usually we're talking like 300 to 500 carts or something like that. Like, if you run out of carts for the day, you're like really drowning because there is just so many people at your store. I don't know. I've never used it myself, but I could see how it would be, you know, kind of vestigious and cool. Okay, that feels all right. It's a little wild and chaotic, but I think it's gonna work. And then what level is that? 60 something, I think. So let's see if we can't get up there. So this is 57 that we're building right now. $57. And we got to go up like 4 blocks from here. We're going to make sure that we sleep because we don't want any mobs disrupting us while we're doing this. Because this is taking a lot of like concentration on my part to get this right. To be clear, with the shopping cart thingy that you control remotely, you still you have to be standing like literally next to it for it to work. Otherwise, it doesn't work like that. Like you literally have to be standing next to it. Easier on the body. I mean, it's because they work them so hard, honestly. Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird because we have that, yet at no supermarket, at no retail store are you allowed, like, are employees allowed to, like, sit down if they are cashiering. That's not a thing. Literally, like, it blows my mind. Yeah, like in other countries, this is a normal thing. If the employee wants to sit down, they can sit down. It's not allowed, but I would say it's very heavily frowned upon. Like, there's no rule per se about it, but it's unseen. If you are a cashier, you are basically expected to be on your feet for the entire duration of your shift, minus your breaks. Like, you are not allowed to sit. That's not a thing. Cashiers can't sit. That's correct. That is correct. Like, there is not even an option for them to sit if they wanted to, because there's no chair. Like, there is no chair. There is no option for them to sit at all. My God. Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? Ironically, the only place that cashiers are able to sit in America in a grocery store or a supermarket environment is the German shop. They, like, literally have a chair for all of their employees. And I swear to God, they are the fastest people alive. They are the fastest cashiers in existence. They are fast as fuck. Yeah, they are. 100%. It is very weird. Because you would think, like, most people are like, oh, you know, Americans are fat and lazy, all of them, or whatever, you know. And if you're French, you're also like, oh, they're fucking rude as hell as well, you know, whatever, fine. But I think it would shock a lot of people to know that our cashiers are not allowed to sit. Like, could you be given certain, like, special permission to sit if you had a broken leg? Absolutely. You'd have to get that special approval. Such a 2004 meme. Oof. God damn. Are you trying to call me an unk? God damn it. Oh, I think we're on to something here, boys. I think we're on to something. Let me look at this. Let me get my peepers on it. I think we're on to something. Like, that actually makes me very happy as, like, a river. Americans are racist? Wow. Maybe. Maybe. As much as I wouldn't like that to be true, it probably is the truth, unfortunately. Yeah. I'd probably think that is accurate, unfortunately. Yeah. And that is a lot of it too. Like, if you take people like our president, for example, and you're like, oh my God, all Americans are like that man. The orange tomato. Like, it definitely could make us look really bad. Yeah, that is sad, but true, I think. Okay, so with the shape in a good spot, The next thing we need to figure out is what the hell is our gradient here? What the hell is our gradient? Is this one of our named ones? Oh, this is Thatcher. I did an experiment and I named 2 bunnies, by the way. I named 2 bunnies and I just let them loose here and I'm hoping they don't die. One of them's still alive, so that's great. I haven't seen the other one in a hot second, though, I will say. And obviously this land is pretty fucking big, so they could be anywhere and or they could be dead. Because I did not bunny-proof this place yet, so... Like, they easily could fall down here, I think. And they could be dead. I do kind of want to look for the other one, though, the female. Nope, the other one is a female, actually. We do have ads. Let me go grab a water real quick, because I am actually out of water. I'll be right back. All right. I know we still have ads for another minute here, but I'm going to continue the hunt for the other bunny right now. I just am curious to see if it's still alive. It literally could be anywhere in here, right? Like, I didn't tie him up. Like, and you see how fast these things are, so... It could be anywhere and or nowhere. There is a lot of places that it could be. I do want to just take a peek real quick, because Thatcher is still alive. It could have drowned. It very well could have. Wait, what is the hitbox one? F3... Oh, there it is! I see it! Hello, Thelma. Thelma still exists. Alright. We have Thelma and we have Thatcher. What I don't know... F3B. Okay, well, we found the rabbit already, so it's fine. But... what I don't know is if I get wild foxes and set them in here, set them loose, do wild foxes kill bunnies? That's something that we need to figure out. Foxes do kill chickens. Chickens are fine, because I don't really want chickens living in here. And if we do, we'll build them a chicken coop. Although, I do know from past experience that foxes can jump 7 blocks high and get inside of a chicken coop if it's not completely sealed. They can jump like 7 blocks high. It's actually kind of nuts. I like that. I think that looks really good, actually. Yeah. Because I made a chicken coop. I was making like a zoo, And I happened to, like, I wasn't thinking about it, and I put the fox enclosure next to the chicken enclosure, and they fucking left the fox enclosure and went into the chicken enclosure. So, yeah, I learned that the hard way. Okay, so how dark do we want to go? Like on the bottom of the ocean or a river, would you say that it's completely dark? Or would you say that it's like... But like in real life, like if you're looking at a river, can you see the bottom usually completely or no? Like, would you think that you can see the bottom? Depends how clear the water is. Fair. That's fair. It's fair. I can't argue with that. Yeah, Barrett, go lay down. Okay, is the river, like, if you can see the river bottom, what colors are usually on the river bottom? Is it like browns? Is it blacks? Is it greens? I guess it depends, like, is it sand or not, right? Maybe we use some black wool. I don't know if I want to go all the way to the darkest color then. Maybe we stop at like green. Vegetation. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do the vegetation, by the way. That's going to be a thing that I'm unsure of right now. How are we going to do seagrass when there's zero water? There can't be water, or else the squids... No, you have to have water to have seagrass. Have to have water for seagrass. What tool do you need to mine that? Do you need shears? Let's try it just in case. All right. I need to test something. Let's go over here. I am very happy with that shape, though, I will say. That shape is pretty damn good. Pretty good. I'm a sad panda. Okay, test numero uno. Okay. Okay. I do want some coral, I think. If you just mine the block that it's on, what happens to the... It doesn't live... No, it does not. Can you... Can you place kelp outside of water? I don't think so. Probably not. Yeah, you can't place kelp, I don't think. Do new corals die? Yes, but we can prevent that. We can prevent that. Yes. Yes. We're definitely going to use some coral Yes, I think we're going to use some sea pickles as well down here because it does need to be lit up. I also kind of want to do a layer well, actually, no, I don't need to do a layer of glass over it because it is... It won't be made out of dirt, so they shouldn't be able to pick it up. So that part's good. That part is fine. Hey, look, it's Echo the Dolphin. Underrated game, by the way. Very, very... Jesus. Can you go away? Like, genuinely? I don't want you here. Yeah, sea pickles will add a nice little bit of light. I forgot how many different types of coral and shit there are. I did forget about that. There's a lot of different types of coral. I kind of don't love that items float anymore, by the way. It makes, like, if they just sunk, the items would be much easier to collect, personally, but what do I know? What do I know? Even stone floats? No. Can it float? Yeah, but no. Like, if it's lighter than the water, it can float, but... You're telling me if you chopped some seaweed or some coral at the bottom of the fucking ocean, it just floats to the surface? There's no way. There's no way that's a thing. Oh, great. Now, there's 2 fucking dolphins throwing my goddamn items. Can you fuck off? God, I hate dolphins in this game. Fucking assholes, dude. Oh, you're trying to collect some blocks? Let me just fucking hit it away from you 1,000 times, dickhead. Damn dickheads. You see him on edge today? No, I'm actually in a great mood. Actually in a great mood. Ooh, I like these fish. I wish I could put these fish in there. In the river. You know what would be like an easy fix for my issue of no water here, to be honest? If maybe you could have different kinds or different colors of water, and maybe not all the water spawns sea creatures. That would be very, very nice. Like, if you could get, like, some murky water or something like that, that would be really, really nice. Or you could have, like, crystal blue water that you can see all the way to the bottom on. That would also be nice. Whenever you wanted, that would be awesome. Okay, how much... I think we're going to be at this for a minute, because we're going to need a lot of coral. Like, that would be really cool. Because then, like, if you are building, like, apocalyptic or whatever, you could just make, like, the water is like brown and unsanitary and disgusting, right? That would be, you know, super immersive to whatever it is you're building, and you could just make it change with whatever you built, which I would love. Gives you a little bit more customization. Hell, where's my fucking wool slabs, to be honest? Where's my wool slabs? And stairs and walls. I know, I'm demanding today. Demanding. I don't know for sure that we'll use coral in this over here. But I like to think that maybe we will. Bubble. Brain, horn, and I think all the different colors are called something else too. Forgot about that. Sleep in the yellow bed. We just have random beds all over the damn place. We might as well use them. Might as well use them. All right, so do you feel like we kind of want to go gray? How gray, though? Like, the bottom should be, like, sedimentary or look like sediments, at least. And I don't think we want to just do stone. I think gray concrete is too much. I'm tempted to use coral. It looks like stone, though, with texture. Basalt could work. Basalt's good. We could use coal if we wanted to. Red sand. Okay, so... One, two, three, four, five, six. 6 different colors. So we've got green, cyan, light blue, blue, green. Okay, we only have 5 colors, actually. 5 colors. Do we want to use purples, and do we want to use reds and yellows? I don't know, kind of. So I think green is obviously on the bottom, because this is like the darkest color that we have. Green's on the bottom. Like, if you were going light to dark, lime would be at the front, but I don't think you can do that. Like, I think you have to start with blue and end up at green. And then what goes next is... Like, I feel like green has to be over here, I guess. Which puts cyan here and light blue there. It's going to be very vibrant. If that's the method we use here, that's going to be very, very vibrant. Does it make more sense to switch these two, maybe? So light blue where the water is the most blue. Then it goes slightly darker. But I feel like you need the cyan to bridge the gap between blue and green. Is there any other cyans that we could use to make that gap smaller? Let's take a look at the cyan wool and see if it's any less blue or more blue. Let's try that, and let's try... Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. So, can you go... Like, are those the same color? Not quite, actually. So, we might be able to then go here, 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 here. And that feels a little bit better in terms of, like, bridging that gap there. But it still feels like this is a real... Is this cyan? How is that cyan? Like, it feels like this is still a really harsh transition between those two. So there's got to be a block. There's got to be a missing block here to complete this... This, like, going from blue to green. There's like a missing link here that I need to think of. What other blocks are in the game that could potentially go and connect from bluish green to green? Fuck, I might know what it is. I might know what it is. I have two ideas. I hope it's not the first one. I have two ideas. I have two ideas. Where is my... Am I missing it? Where the fuck is it? Where did we put our prismarine? Fuck. Doggo 69. Hell yeah. Thank you for the biddies. Emerald? No, emerald is way too vibrant of green. That can't connect the two. We try that. That could be the missing link. I didn't even think of that block. Where the hell's our prismarine? Did you give bits twice, or did it play twice? It played twice. Interesting. I'm hoping it's neither of these blocks. Thank you for those biddies, though. Appreciate it. It did, in fact, play twice. Alright, what do we think is the missing link here between these? Is it prismarine? Fuck, it actually might be... Yeah, but it's not that it needs to be more green. It needs to connect this blue to this green. So you need to have some blues and some greens in it to get to this block, basically. And it actually might be that. God damn it. That's pretty close, too. I don't hate that. Although, I think these two are switched then. And then I still feel like we're missing a block here, though, don't you? Or, like, don't you feel like this is too harsh of a transition? Like, it feels just like we need something here. I feel like it's that, genuinely. I do feel like it's that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is 8 blocks. It is currently 8 blocks. There's got to be one other block that we're not considering at all here, though. I want to try one more thing, I think. One more thing. Let's go get it. Because it might work. I need to try it. The issue with this block is we don't have many. Leaves? No, it is not leaves that we'll be trying. It's not leaves. It is melon blocks. It is melon blocks. We can grow these. If it turns out that it works, we can grow these. And it really wouldn't take much effort for me, because all I would really need to do is take out the pumpkins from our pumpkin farm and replace them with melons. And then we would just have an automatic farm, or like change one side to be melons, you know. It just turns into how many melons can I farm in 100 days video, yeah. Yep. I don't think the melon is the missing link here, to be honest, but I feel inclined to try. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. It almost looks like you can place this one here. It almost looks like you could do that. Which is weird. It's very weird. I mean, I don't want to do that. Oh God, if we use this block, there's a problem that we have immediately. Can you guess what that problem is? Can you guess what that problem might be? Wait, hold on. What about copper? Well, it's not how many ocean monuments will it take. It's we will have to drain the one ocean monument that we have. Hold on a minute. Hold on a fucking minute. It might be copper. It might be copper. I think it's copper. I think it's copper, actually. I think that's way closer than the prismarine here. Like, this has too much blue in it and not enough green, I feel like. Yeah, I think it's copper. I think it's copper. I do need that block back, though. Because, obviously, I just took it off of my fucking roof. So I kind of need to put that block back. So it won't look right to begin with then, because we're going to just wait for it to oxidize, most likely, if we're using copper. We're gonna wait for it to oxidize. Bamboo. Bamboo is also close, I think. Bamboo is also close, I think. God, look how many fucking sticks are in this chest. Blackstone walls and copper roof. Yeah, that always looks really good. Those two look really good. Why is it open? I thought these were closed until it was nighttime. It's weird. That's weird. Jesus H. Christ. You're supposed to be. No, Oh. Now it's closed. What the fuck? Okay. That's weird. That's weird. Okay. Well. This is a hell of a fucking gradient to use, by the way. Like, this is so expensive as well. We need to make a blue flower farm because we're going to need a shitload of blue dye. We're going to need a absolute shitload of blue dye. Okay, I must look this up real quick. What biome do blue corn flowers grow in Minecraft? Plains, flower forest, and mountain meadow biomes. No, we're not gonna do duping. We're not gonna dupe. We're not gonna dupe. Plains, flower forest, meadow. Plains, flower forest. Okay. We could do, but I don't see a reason for it. We got a lot of gravel, and we can get more gravel, so it's not the end of the world. Okay, so plains. This is a plains. We're in a plains right this second. Gravel beaches? Yeah, they are. We're in a plains. Well, yeah, but I'm going to make my own one so that I can actually have an automated one. I just got to go see how it works real quick, and then we can reset it up, because I set it up a long time ago. Let's get some rockets, and let's take a quick trip over there and see. How's our elytra? Fine. Good. All right. Someone remind me if I get lost that I need to go behind me. Was that what? Was that a random lightning rod? Yes. I have placed a lot of random lightning rods all over the place to hopefully reduce the chances of my trees getting struck by lightning and burning down. Yes, I placed them a lot. A lot of them. All right. Wood burns. It does. Okay, so observer, note block, redstone. Is this sticky or regular piston? This is a regular piston. Okay. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 wide. 12 wide. And by how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 by 12. But this doesn't look like a square, does it? Like, am I... maybe it is a square. 12 by 12 of wood. These are regular pistons as well. Okay, 12 by 12 wood frame. Pistons with redstone close to wood, one side. Pistons with redstone one away from wood on other side. Observer on both sides connected to redstone and a note block both sides. And then how did I do the bone mealing thing? Okay. Got it. So, observer pointing up at grass into observer into dispenser hoppers for bone meal. All right. I hope that instruction is good enough that I can actually remember how to build this. Like, I guess we could take a screenshot. Should we just take a screenshot? That's probably a good idea, actually. Let's just take a fucking screenshot. Yeah. Let's just take a fucking screenshot. For whatever reason, we didn't do that in the first place. We will take all these seeds, though, because we can turn those into bone meal. We will take all of those. Alright. Where can we build this in a plains biome that's not going to look like trash is the next question here. Because obviously that one is very far out of the way. It's not really going to inconvenience us at all. This one, we definitely can't have it above ground, I think. Just out of curiosity, what biome is this? Savannah. What biome is the river? Sparse jungle. Okay. Sparse jungle, sparse jungle. There's a lot of sparse jungle here. Plains. This is plains. This is plains. We could build like a little cave. We already have like the start. Is this all plains? Okay, we need to build a little cave underground, I guess. Yes. Okay. Little cave underground here to hold our flower farm so that we don't ever have to see it, and we can still use it if we need to. That's kind of how I like all of my farms to be honest. I don't really want to see them. Don't want to see them, but I want to get the good stuff from them. That's weird. Yeah, we do have a handful of bone meal, so we can get quite a lot of flowers already. I guess we'll get like, I don't know, that many. We need how many pistons? I didn't count how many pistons. Fuck. Didn't count how many pistons. 20. You're sure? Well, let's just bring 28 with us then. Let's bring redstone. Let's bring hoppers. We need observers. We need dispensers. How do you make dispensers? That's with the bow. So we need string. No, we needed 2 note blocks. How do you make a note block? Note. Redstone and wood. We needed 2 note blocks. Two note blocks. Hoppers, dispensers. We need a chest. Bunch of hoppers. Yep, got the chest. We need a dispenser. How do you make a dispenser? Dispenser needs a bow, right? Bow, dispenser. And a base building block, right? So I guess what should we use? If it's in a cave setting, we should probably use some kind of block that looks like it would belong in a cave, and I guess pale oak is that. Mossy stone. I guess, yeah. Could do mossy stone. We could do mossy stone. Maybe. If we have enough moss left, we could do mossy stone. I'm going to add this reward too, because I am definitely not going to decorate this cave right now. I just want everyone to know that. Though I'm definitely going to make this a reward real quick and be like, yeah. Decorate Lake Cave. Not today. I am never going to reach 100K. I am proud of you, though, because you have two sound effects that you have not heard yet. You have not played them. You have resisted the temptation. I'm proud. Okay, so let's just kind of... Ooh, did we bring torches? We didn't bring torches. We brought everything in the kitchen sink except for torches. God, I still really love this archway, by the way. Like, I think we're going to add even more detail to it, but I really love that archway. It's fucking legit. Where's our torches? Why do we never have torches, man? Alright, that'll do it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to add a little bit more to it after we finish it, of course. But I'm going to add some like slabs and like dangly bits to it and stuff. I think that will help a lot. Okay. We should have all the things that we actually need now to do such thing. How big should we make this cave? Should we make it just big enough to hold a flower farm, or should we make it bigger than that? It looks great in the plains. Yeah, I agree. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I feel like we should, if you want to well, if someone redeems the reward, I will just make it a little bit bigger. I think is what I would do. Like I would just, you know, do the cave thing. I really should have brought a beacon over here, but I really, truly, honestly cannot be fucked. Like, genuinely no fucks. So we're doing it raw dog style here. Doing it raw. You know, when I say that I am adding things to the kingdom, by the way, you guys are supposed to stop me. You guys are supposed to be like, hey, listen, if you add this... Watch for friction burns. If you add this, you are never going to be able to finish. Do you realize that? You need to, like, tell me. What the hell's a friction burn also? Okay, it does need to be bigger than this though, right? Because this is not large enough for a 12 by 12. All right, we need to dig a little bit bigger. Build everything that comes to mind. I mean, this is actually something that we desperately need, so I don't think we can avoid doing this, to be honest. Like, this is something that we desperately need because of the amount of dye we're going to need, so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'm realizing just how big this fucker needs to be. I thought it was going to be a lot smaller than this. I did think it was going to be a lot smaller than this. That's fine. Alright, let's dig it all out then, no problem. Alright, let's try right that. I want this to be one of those, like, secret things inside here, too, anyway. Like, I do want to do a lot of that, so. Let's dig it on out. Nice nice little cave here. Cozy, but big enough to fit a fully functioning flower farm, which we're going to need to make several of because we need every kind of dye, basically. We have black dye covered now. Brown dye is really easy to farm if I wanted to. We have light blue dye, no problem. What's up, Mizzy? How are you? We are making a flower farm. Because we need it for a lot of blue dye. We finally figured out the gradient situation with our river. And I actually took the time to make it in dirt. And now I actually know what I'm doing with it. So that is very nice. That's very nice. You're melting summer's last hurrah. What does that mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Holy moly, this thing is gigantic. It's 98? Wow. I don't think it's that high here. I don't believe it is that hot here right now. What is this? There's random caves and shit down here. I am in a flow rider, but I don't know how hot or cold it is right now, because in my house it is a cozy 71 degrees. So I have no idea how how hot it is or how cold it is. Yeah, but you're in Celsius. You're in Celsius. Yeah, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. No idea what that is in Fahrenheit. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 80 degrees. Fair. We should have done a beacon. Why did no one tell me that a 12 by 12 is actually fucking gigantic? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hello? What are you doing? Why did we not light this up? Is the next question I need to ask myself. My past self. Hello? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. So, what? Where? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we'll give ourselves a little bit of leniency, I guess, and go to here. We really should have brought a beacon over here, but genuinely, this felt a lot smaller than it actually has turned out to be. So, that's a thing. That is definitely a thing. And should we ever come back here to decorate this cave? It's almost done. Yeah, but it's a lot bigger than I thought it was. That's just saying. Like, I anticipated this being like a 5-minute quick build, and it's way more space than I thought. A 15-minute quick build? Yeah. I mean, you guys know, for me, that doesn't really exist. Like, how often have I ever been like, all right, we're going to go into a quick 15-minute build mode here, and we're going to knock this out in 15 minutes? How many things have we done like that? Like, none? Very few? I don't think there's been... not in the past 40 days or so. It's kind of fucked. It's kind of fucked. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I genuinely don't think in this world we have ever successfully done something that is quote unquote a 15-minute quick build. I don't think it exists. Don't think it exists, unfortunately. I would like it to at some point, but it, yeah, you know, we tend to do things a little bit more than we need to do things, and as a result, things get skewed. Okay, we are almost done though. We just need to connect these two, and we'll be right as rain, as they say. Alright, so that's the basis of our cave, and if someone were to redeem the reward, then we will come back and we will make it pretty, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, wait, we need more space? Because of the pistons, right? It's going to be very snug in here then. Yeah, we need a tiny bit more space because of the pistons. Did forget about that. Okay. So, what's our next play here? So we were using Mossy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. By 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we'll do a nice mossy ring here. Okay, I need to dig out the middle because all of this has to be dirt for you to be able to place flowers on. I don't know if the fences are required. I would assume not. Like, I don't think they would be. Don't think they would be. Okay, so that's all dug out. Let me pull up our screenshot. Okay, so... Got it. 2. So, not this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These all need to be pistons. 10 of them. Then there is redstone behind it, which we're gonna put on mossy blocks just so I know not to dig there. Okay. I'm counting only 9 pistons on each side here, by the way. Okay, so then note block here, observer. In the picture, I'm only counting 9. I don't know how, but I'm only counting 9. So then this can be like that. Wait, this needs to be 1 back, right? Yeah. So pistons would be, you leave a gap, pistons would be here. I think. Pistons would be here. Do the redstone like so. Mossy right here, redstone here, note block here. Observer here. We need a chest here. And then what layer does the thing need to be? The dispenser probably needs to be like here. If the dispenser's there, then you would just hook up these to that. Like that. Bone meal will feed into this. Oh, how did the bottom thing work? You just had like an observer pointing into this, and then an observer pointing up, right? Observer like that. That. Observer pointing up. Is that up or is that down? Does it need to be pointing the other way? Probably. Face should be up. Like that? I don't you're sure? I thought this is what detects it. It was the other way? Okay. faces up? Okay. That makes sense, I guess. Okay, and then we would just fill that in. We need a bunch of... Oh, shit. I didn't mean to put that in the fucking... Damn it. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Add a little bit of cheeky lighting around. Okay. Let's go get some dirt. Drop off all of these random stuff from our inventory. And with any luck, this just works, right? Like, if we did everything according to plan, this just works. Andesite, andesite. Stone. Stone, stone, stone. And we've got some of that. And then we just need like 2 stacks of dirt or grass. We need grass, right? Yeah, grass. Should be easy enough. We do have another cave in here, by the way. It's a little small cave, but it's got some vegetation growing in it. It's very dark in here still. It's fine. We may do like a floating dirt block with like torches on every side. In fact, I think we should, like right here. That is not what I wanted, and you know that's not what I wanted. Alright, let's do that. Bone meal goes in here. We're missing something. We're missing something here. What causes this to trigger? Like, how do you trigger the dispenser? How do you... Yeah, but I swear it only had 2 observers there, didn't it? Let's go look. We didn't take a picture of that. Let's go take a look. We'll take a little hop, skip, and a jump over there. Hi, bear. Hi, honey. Yes, hello. Hi, babies. I'm really, really, really redstone illiterate. I'm not gonna lie. Bobbies. Alright. It should not be fucking rocket science here, but it is because redstone illiterate. Everything else, unless you needed the fences for some reason, but I can't imagine why you would. Oh. Arrow down facing that. Red dot. Okay. Is there anything else? No, that's it. Okay. Okay. I just had it turn the wrong direction or something? Detect the land above it moving. Right. Right. Airy, go lay down. Go lay down, puppers. Oh, Trito. Hold on. We have this facing the wrong direction then? Like that? No. Like that? No. Like that? Like that? Or is it the other way? Other way. Like that? No. No. Arrow towards. Okay, there we go. I got it. I got it. Okay, and then... There we go. Wait. What am I missing now? What am I missing? Excuse me? The fuck? The second observer. Which one? This one? It has one arrow face, right? Yeah. Oh, it's facing down. Does it need to be facing up? This one? What about it? Which way does this need to be facing? The face needs to be facing it, or the dot? So like that? Has arrow on both sides. I have no fucking idea. Let me look at it. Yes, there's an arrow on the top and there's an arrow on the bottom. So does this arrow need to be facing it or away from it? Like this? And then this one has to be... Okay. And then this one has to be like this? Not like that. Like that? Or does the arrow face up? Arrow face up or down? The face faces up. Arrow down. Okay. Okay. It's not... What are we missing here? I don't have that on the other one, so I don't see why you would need to, but I guess we can. Oh, that's not going to connect because I need a repeater now, isn't it? Literally the other one does not have anything that's there. I'm very confused. The only difference the other thing has than this one doesn't have is there's fences. Do you think the fences are needed? Do you need the fences? I'm confused. I mean, I guess we try the fences first off. If not, we fly back and we try the other thing. Weird. Very, very weird. Like, I feel like this should be working. Ow, my face. All right, let's try the fences just to be sure, because it has them on the other one, so maybe it has fences all along here, but this shouldn't do anything. There's also a gate. Okay. The gate, I feel like, was just for me to go in there and collect flowers. I don't think the gate has any relevance. And the fences, I also don't think have any relevance whatsoever. Is there a chance that, like, this is hooked up to redstone? I guess. Like, if we go... If we do that... Nope. I'm so confused. Alright, let's fly back one more time and let's actually take some fucking pictures and see what I did wrong. Yeah, let me bring some bone meal and just make sure the old farm still works also. Because I haven't tested that. Haven't tested that, so let's actually physically test that and see. How many people does it take to make a simple flower farm? That's the real question here. Okay, so looking at this, so there's only 9 pistons on either side. I don't know if that makes a difference, but there is only 9 pistons, so there is that. This is facing down. This has bone meal. Okay, the gate is not part of it. How do I stop the farm? Stop, please. Stop. How the fuck do you stop it? What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? Are we dumb? What is happening? Observer in the ground. What observer in the ground? Check those observer. Okay. This is a dispenser. Red dot on bottom. Arrow pointing to the left. Like, there is no other redstone. There is no other anything. I swear to God, this is what we have. I'm so confused. The only thing that's different... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The only thing that's different is this is actually 11 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 11 by 12. And it's only 9 pistons on each side. Do you think that makes a difference? Dude, how do you fucking stop this farm, by the way? I guess that works. Observer facing note block. If redstone line is too long. Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. Because redstone can go 12 blocks, so it shouldn't be. Yeah, but it definitely hasn't gone more than 12 blocks. Alright, let's go back and do 9 pistons, I guess, instead of however many we have, instead of 10. Not that I think that changes anything, but let's go do it anyway, I suppose. Huh. Oh, I forgot to give doggos treats. We gotta do that. Hold on 1 second. Nice. Nice. Good girl. Get down. 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 Here. Come. Here, bro. Here. Come. Here. Up. You gotta come up. Up. Nice. I give you one more. Good girl. Good girl. Good girls. Alright. We have had our little distraction. Now let's go figure this out. Surely, okay? I don't know if I'm just fucking dumb or what's happening here, but I do want to potentially make some more bone meal first. So let's take all these flours that we just made and toss them into the bone meal station. I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. Flowers make bone meal? Yeah. I think I just figured out what it was. Why it wasn't working. Yep, I did. I did. Yep. Yep. Ooh, we need to go get wood real quick. Yep, we did not have it on the piston, therefore it was not working. Yep. Yep. Fair. That's fair. What do you mean, how do they make? They just do. I'm pretty sure. Oh, this one actually stops. Look at that. All right, let's do seeds first. Yellow flowers here. Yellow flowers. Oxeye daisies. I'm like pretty sure that's a thing. I don't know. We'll go back and look in a second and see if they're in there still. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That was me just being fucking dumb right there. That's what happened. Yep. Composters. Yeah, that's how you turn seeds and flowers and plant life into bone meal using composters. Yeah. I didn't know that was the part you were confused about. My bad. Big chip, yep. Still a lot of bone meal in here. Okay. Let's go drop off all of our random shit that we don't need anymore. Alright. Now, hopefully... So I didn't realize that we would get so many different types of flowers here. I didn't realize we'd get 4 different types of flowers from this, but I guess it's fine. Can't deal with the noise of that right now. I mean, I guess we just run this until we run out of bone meal, realistically. I guess we just run this until we run out of bone meal. I do, yes, yes. We get more seeds than anything, which is really unfortunate. This whole thing is plains, right? It is. Well, good news is we basically have unlimited azure bluettes if we need them. And dandelions seem to get way more than any other thing Oh, I think we're out of bone meal finally. That didn't take too long, actually, but... So, genuinely, the only one that is currently valuable to me is the blue ones, and we're getting very little blue ones. Wait, this does give blue dye, right? Oh, thank God. I was just making sure, because I was like, if this does not give blue dye, we're in trouble. So... Alright. That thing is really fucking loud, I will say. And this thing chugs through bone meal like it's nothing. Chugs through bone meal. A lot of wheat in here. I mean... Would it be silly of me to convert all of this wheat into bone meal? I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. I mean, the wheat farm is automatic, so we get wheat automatically anyway, so it's really not that big a deal. God, this thing is so loud. No, that didn't do it. Blocks? Blocks. Does it seem like it's not producing very much to you guys, or? It's still better than going and looking for lapis. It's only bone milling one grass block. Yeah, but that one is in the center, which allows it to do it basically everywhere. Hello? Hello? Oh. I want to test something. Isn't it true that flowers, like, when you bone meal the same pocket, it always is going to be the same color flower in the same spot. Isn't that a true thing? Do you know? I feel like I remember hearing about this. We can test. We can test this. We can test this. What if we do this? Just out of sheer curiosity, will I only get blue from that one? No. That's very interesting. It's very interesting. Well, in order to... Oh, you bitch. In order to do this, we're going to need a lot of... We're going to need a lot of frickin' bone meal, I guess. That seems like the only way, because, like, look, we got 4 stacks of blue. We got 1,000 stacks of dandelion, though. Okay, Google time. Which biome can only blue cornflowers grow? Okay. Let's see. What biome? A meadow biome spawns what kind of flowers? In a meadow, you can get... You can get oxeyes, cornflowers, dandelions, azure, bluets, poppies, and alliums. What biome does a mountain... Wait, what? What is it? A mountain meadow. Does a mountain meadow. What flowers? It doesn't seem like I can do a very specific biome here, unfortunately. This is sad. I was hoping we would be able to get just like a double chest of blue dye in like no time at all. That is not the case. Not the case at all. Nope. There is only one flower in the game that makes blue dye. The other one makes light blue dye. And that one's really easy to get because that's the only biome, or the only thing that can spawn in swamps is the blue orchid. And that gives light blue, which is not what we need. I guess while I'm here, I may as well just run back and forth real quick and convert all of the things. I guess we should sleep first. We're going to use crazy amounts of bone meal to make flowers and seeds. We're going to convert all the flowers and seeds, all the dandelions and poppies, back into bone meal so that we can create more bone meal so that we can potentially get more blue orchids. All right. All right. Okay. Fine. You know what? So be it. If that's what we got to do, we got to run this for a hot second. Sure, whatever. Whatever. Ah. They barely give any fucking bone meal at all. That's another problem. Oh, God. What are we going to do, dude? We're not getting enough bone meal back. We're burning through bone meal at light speed, and we're getting it back in, like, you know, trinkles. Skeleton farm? Yeah, I guess. I'm trying to figure out, like, how many stacks of blue dye do you think we're going to need? So, we know that we're going to need more than 8 stacks of blue to do the big one, right? And you also need light blue, which is fine, so we don't need to worry about that. So we need blue dye for the cyan, and we need blue dye for the blue concrete. We don't need it for the lime green or the green. Yeah. Azure bluettes. I think azure bluettes give gray. Let's take the poppies as well. Shulkerful. Every 64 equals 8 stacks, I think. We're out of bone meal already? Holy shit, dude. Dude, this thing just eats bone meal. We can't sustain this. Alright, we may be setting up a skeleton farm, to be honest. Hello? How do you get to fucking stop? I don't understand. I could build some composters here. You're right. That is something that we could do. But we're also not getting enough flowers and stuff to make that worthwhile. So at some point... Oh, really? That's my bad. Because it takes like, I don't know, 15, 16 flowers or something to equal 1 bone meal. Hmm. 15, 16 bone meal to equal, or like 16 flowers to equal one bone meal. That's gonna be such a fucking problem. Genuinely, that is such a problem. Huh. And these are like the most common blocks in here, I think, too. Because, well, how many layers deep is this? I guess is the next question. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's only like 13 blocks deep on either side. So, like, this is probably less than 8 stacks of blue and or cyan. What are you doing, horse, bro? What are you doing? You fuckface. You're gonna be stuck here forever. You fuckface. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a lot. 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 So... 13 blocks. How do we do a gradient of 8 blocks with only with only 13 blocks? Like, I guess you would do more light blue than anything. You'd do 2 layers of light blue probably, 2 layers of blue, 2 of cyan. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we'd need to do 2 of this and 2 of that, I guess. It wouldn't be bad. Means we're going to need a lot of warped whatever. Alright, we're going to need to think about this, and we're also going to need to get a shitload of resources before we even touch this, I think. Because, yeah, we're going to use so much, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. It is not even funny how much we're going to use here. Like, this is just the small portion, and we're going to use probably, like, I don't know, only like an inventory full of blocks, but it's going to add up pretty quick, I feel like. So, we're going to need to collect at least a shulker or a single chest of all of these things before I feel comfortable with actually starting on the river process. Because once I start, I don't really want to stop, right? So, like, I'd love to be able to start and finish this in one go, and then we'd start the dirt over there and, you know, do the same thing over again. Once we got all the dirt outlines, then we go and we replace it with the blocks that we need. All right. I think that's what we'll start on next time. So, I am going to call it here for today. Streamed about 3 hours. Not bad. And we're going to go into some resource grinding tomorrow. We need at least 1 chest of all of these things tomorrow, all 8 of the blocks. And it's going to look really good in there, but it's going to be a lot of effort. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for the bits. Thanks for the lurks. Thanks for the chats. Appreciate you guys. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. And until next time, ciao.